Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing on this fabulous Friday? We had a little bit of snow here this morning, if you can imagine, May 28th, and we had snow. What? I actually woke my husband up at 6:30 to tell him to get out of bed to have a look at the snow outside. It was huge, big flakes. So I'm just gonna wait for a few minutes or a few seconds until a couple people pop in. Hi Karen, how are you? So once we have a few more, we'll get started. We're gonna talk about icrafter and their new album, and I'm gonna show you how to assemble one. Absolutely the bomb. And then we're gonna talk Cosmic Shimmer Metallic Gilding Polish. So that's kind of what we're gonna do this afternoon, and do a little walkthrough, show everyone some stuff that's going on, talk about everything we've got happening at the shop. It's gonna be a busy June. We have a lot of things planned for the summer. Once we all get back vaccinated and back into the shop, I have lots of things planned. So I'm just gonna give it another minute or so, and then I'm gonna get started, okay? And then everyone, you can always watch later if you've missed. If you're late getting in, it's all good, okay? Hi, Denise. Hi, Susan. Awesome. I'm looking forward to showing the gilding polish. I am totally addicted. I had so much fun yesterday. It was incredible. Hi, Lisa. So we're also going to be doing, as we normally do, we're always, in the demos, we always do a card that I then gift to everyone. So at the end of this, after we've done the gilding polish, I'm going to put a card together. And then as long as you like the video and comment, then we will do a draw sometime Sunday, just so that people that are working will have time to log in and see. Karen, you had quite a bit of snow. Yes, we did too. Hi, Helen. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Kathy. I hear you got your box today. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys some of this amazing stuff that we got going on here. And when I do start talking about the gilding polish, I want to say now, in case I forget, because I know I'm going to get excited, is that I have other colors coming. Okay, so I have, I think, 15, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 colors right now. And I believe there might be another 3 or 4 colors that were on back order. You just got it. Awesome. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Melissa. Everyone's here. That's awesome. Okay, so we are going to, I'm going to demo the new icrafter album. So this album was done with my wholesalers commotion event, okay? So this was created by icrafter. So we love this company. Linda designed the album. She designed this accordion mini album. It's absolutely awesome. Hi, Sue. And I can't say enough about this, in that this is going to be perfect for children. So moms, grandmas, you're going to have to do the cutting. But apart from that, this is going to be an amazing thing to add for a kid's birthday party, to make little brag books, that kind of thing. Hi, Beth. Hi, Connie. Did you get snow in Michigan, Connie? So this one die creates the whole album, and I'm going to flip it over and show you the pieces as well. But this is what it looks like. You get a few sentiments inside the kit as well. Hi, Deborah. So this is it on the back. And it comes in a pretty teal color, which is important to me because I want things to look pretty. So I like that. And then this is a little album that we did in the commotion event. So some of the pieces I do not have because they haven't been released yet. So some of them are add-ons. So anything that you see that is not on the back of here was an add-on. Hi, Brenda. Brenda says, hi, Gary, Kathy.
Hi.
I got the whole gang here. So again, the butterflies, they are part of another edition. This little pocket is included right here in the actual die kit, okay? And then the tab pages. Now this is an add-on. So I do not have these yet, okay? Hi, Birgit, like seeing the flowers. It is snowing here. Wow. Well, you can have it, hun, because I'm over it now. I love winter, but I'm done with it now. So this little envelope is also an add-on. And a lot of these little flowers, these little tags, but we all have a tag. We all have butterflies. You could definitely just get started with the main kit and then go ahead and add some of your other things to it. Now, the advantage to this album, when I start putting it together, you're going to see that, say you're working on this and you go to the next page, but you don't like it anymore. You want to change it up. All you're going to do is pull out the stick, what they call the stick, and they're these long pieces of cardstock. When you take the stick out, this whole page will lift off the spine, right? Like you can make more pages and keep adding, or if you decide that there's a page you don't want and now you want to replace it, maybe it was that husband that you finally divorced and lost 200 pounds, and you want to actually remove him from your album now. So you can do that, okay? So just be careful, Gary. I'm just saying, you be careful, Gary. So this is a fun interactive album that again, it's great for us. It would be great to take to a crop, to a, you know, just a nice day away. Sorry, I got the giggles here now. But I'm going to give you the walkthrough on this.
Oh, you know what else you could use it for?
What?
A wedding gift, and put gift cards in it. Put little pockets. With
Absolutely. You could do that.
Kathy.
Good idea,
Yes.
Kathy. Also, you could do it for a shower.
Yep.
So you could easily make the version I'm going to show you today and have this as a little shower guest book, I guess, kind of, where people would then be able to write little messages to the mom or to the bride, whatever you want. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to build this one. And then I gifted this to Kathy, and I thought she could use it for something that she has up and coming. Hence this little cute bum. Okay, so this is the main die that creates your spread. So whenever I refer to a spread, this is what it is. So you're going to take a piece of cardstock and you're going to cut this out. And in the center, it's going to actually cut an opening. Okay, you can see my fingers in there. So that's what this is going to do. So this is going to be laid on here, and it's going to cut the opening. And I'm going to show you how to assemble that. Then this die here, this is the one that creates our spine. Okay. So I'm going to bring this up close so hopefully you can see the lines. It not only cuts out the square, but it scores on the inside. Now it's on, can you see that? It's on white. I think that's pretty close.
Yeah, I'm gonna move back.
So it's on white. So those lines are actually score lines. Okay. And I'm going to show you how we're going to score those. Then this one is just another page die that you could just do a nice rounded corner page that will then go in your album. Okay. Hi, Charlene. And then there's a lot of little add-ons. Oh, this here is your stick. So this is what they call a stick, and this is what keeps the whole album together. It's an incredible idea. I absolutely love this. So that's what this is going to cut. Okay. And then there's other add-ons where you could do a fancy edge, a torn notebook type of thing. This is a little pocket, and this creates this little pocket here. So you've got your lines, you've got your scores, thank you. And then they also give you the heart dies. So there's some hearts in here somewhere. Where'd we put them? Back here. Okay, and this is acetate, so you can easily add some acetate. Eventually I'll put a photo back here, and then you'll be able to see the photo and then a little bit of the love and some hearts. So you can do any theme, anything that you want. You can take stuff from your own stash that you have. It's a really cool concept. The sentiments say happy, this is. Then there's the hashtag symbol, adventure, you and me today. So this, you get quite a bit in this one die. Okay, so now these have not been released, so if this is something you're looking for, we can put you on the list, and then I will bring in more of the add-ons after. Okay, so I'm just going to move my die pieces out of the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a bone folder and our square piece that has the scored edges on it. Now we want to make an accordion. So the simplest way to do this is fold it in half on the second score line. And the key to this is really good creasing. Now I've used 110-pound cardstock, Nina cardstock. Now we're going to take our outside and we're going to fold it into the center. Okay, nice and crisp edges. And then we're going to do the same with the other side. Okay, so when we fold it, we now have an accordion. Okay, can you please put me on the list for the die? Sure can. That was Brenda and Sue. So now when you're assembling this, the easiest thing to do is if you have these upright like this, you want to have an M. Now you always want to have an odd number because we always need the M at the end. And this one looks like a W, and then this one looks like an M, correct? So we see the M, the W, and the M. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the W and you're going to put adhesive on one side. I'm just using the Extreme tape runner. So always make sure that you have your W. So when you put it back, it looks like a W. And you're just going to slide it inside the M. And because they're standing on a flat surface, they're going to be exactly level. Okay. So then what we're going to do now, we're going to take our tape again. Hopefully you guys can still see. We're going to put some more tape on the inside. Remember, this is our W. Where's my tape? I got myself turned around, sorry. Did I do that wrong? No, I didn't. The other way, this way. Oh my goodness, I'm upside down, sorry. I still keep thinking that I need to change things around. I forget that we have the camera going the right way now. And I always think, oh, I've got to change that. So now there is your accordion. And when you lay this down, you always have your two outside flaps up. So if you wanted to add more pages, we have enough here to do 4 pages. So each mountain is a page. Okay, so 1 page, 2, 3, 4. If you added more and more, you could increase the size of your album. Now, if you have your album together and you haven't put the paper on it yet, you can still go back and add on, okay? Just by joining this one onto here and then adding more pages. And now you can make it thicker, okay? So here's the magic to this. The number one thing is make sure all your edges are absolutely creased. Really nice and tight. And I can tell this one is a little stiff there. So you're going to take your spread, and it has the opening. You're going to fold it in half. Doesn't matter because we're using flat cardstock. Doesn't matter if you're going to the left or the right. And you need to do a really nice crease on the 2 ends that go past the slit. Okay? So now what you're going to do is you're going to take, and it's a little hard for me to show, we're going to take this opening, we're going to slide it over the very first mountain. Sorry, I'm a little all thumbs here right at the second. You do have to be careful that you don't rip your paper. Okay, now you want to push this all the way down. And because I'm using 110, it's a little stiff, okay? And then you're gonna take one of your sticks, and you always wanna have the rounded corners on the top. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the stick and you're gonna slide it inside of your spine piece, inside your mountain, okay? And it's always a little stiff to get in there. And if it's really stiff, you just need to move it down a little bit so that it just slides right in. Okay, and you want to make sure that it comes out the other end and that you have the same amount of stick on each end. And there is our first page. Okay? So how simple is that? I'm going to get Gary to zoom in on the next one, so that you can see a little closer. If you want to zoom in. I know it's a little hard to see with the white, so I think if we're closer, it's going to be better. So as you can tell, this is what I mean how this is kid-friendly. You've already done the die cutting. All they have to do is to be told how to put what where, and they're golden. So we're going to take our spread, we're going to fold it in half, make sure our corners are as close to the edge as you can. You want to do nice crisp scoring on the pieces that go past the slit. Okay, then you're going to take the slit, you're going to open it, and you're going to slide the second mountain over the slit. And it is a little fumbly to do, but once you get it going, it's super easy. Okay, so this is, let me know if everyone can see this. I know it's a little difficult and I'm trying to stay in screen. So once you have your spine inside, you're going to take your stick and you're just going to get this. This is the one where it joins. So you're just going to slide this in. And again, it's a little fumbly, but once it's in, it's in. So fold it over. Now we have 2 pages. So there's our first spread. Then we have the back of the first spread and the front of the second spread, the inside. And now we're going to go to our third page. Okay, so we're going to do same. I'm going to fold this in half, nice crease. We're going to slide this over our third mountain. And as you can see, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. The very first time it's very fumbly, and I'm really trying not to tear the paper because you do have to be careful because you are sliding it down so far. Now we're going to take our third stick. Remember, you always want to have the rounded corners up. We're going to slide this in our mountain. So it's getting a little tight. So now we got to fudge a little bit just so that we can get this inside. Once it's in, and it does really, really well and holds it. So as you can see, I just changed ends. Now it's working perfectly fine. Make sure that you get it up past the little hole and have this, try to get the same amount on either side. Okay, so now we have our third page in, and then you can just even them out once you get it going. And then we have our last spread to put in. I've already creased this one. So again, we've got our opening here, and we're just going to slide our mountain inside, okay? Push it all the way down so it's nice and close to the spine. Take our last stick, slide our stick inside. This one went together really well. Okay. And then we're just going to open this, fold this back. Just tap it so that you get them to be somewhat even. If they're a little off, it's okay. You're not really going to notice it. And then all you do, if you're ready to close your album and you're not going to add any more pages at this moment, you just put some Dries Clear or your tape runner and just close this back flap. And then we're going to do the same on the other one. Okay. And now you have a super cute mini album that you can change pages, you can add pages, you can do whatever you like. Okay, isn't that cool? Seriously, it is like the sweetest little thing. So, kids party, you know, an event where you want to do maybe a brag book for your grandmothers or, you know, the kids' grandmothers. And then you can add pages, take pages out, whatever you like, and then just dress them to be whatever you want. Remember, if you're going to use ribbon, you're going to want to lay some ribbon down, adhere it first before you put your pretty paper over. So as you can tell, the die cuts it on a round, a small rounded corner. I always liked my notched corners, my concave corner. So I did that on mine. And then I roughed all the edges of my pattern paper. Okay, so now this is just a cute little book that Kathy's going to be able to dress.
You know, you could do it as a real fancy Christmas card.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, or as a Christmas gift.
Good idea.
With
Yes.
gift cards.
What about a hostess gift?
Yes.
If you're going somewhere fancy, once we all get together and you want to have a nice hostess gift, you could definitely, if you have a selfie printer, take it with you, print off some of the photos, have people sign and leave sentiments to the person.
Yeah.
You could do all kinds of things. Or if you just want it to be a pretty album, you can just do a pretty album. You can add acetate. You can add the little pockets. You can add the tab piece once it comes. So the tab piece, it's just a straight piece that has a slit on it. And you open this, you fold up your little white piece, and then you slide the slit over the accordion. So super easy peasy to do, no brainer, kid friendly. I just think that this is just an amazing way to make a quick album that isn't going to take a lot. The measurement for this, I had it wrote down, but I seem to have lost my piece of paper. So if we go from the very outside, it's about 4 1/8 wide, and it's about 5 1/4 long. So that's a nice album. You could even make like little, it's almost like making little cards. And if you don't want this to be visible, you can also glue this down and then put your pattern paper over it. A mini sketch journal. What a great idea, Susan.
Oh, here's another exciting idea. How about a Gary gift
A
card?
Gary gift card. So Sue says she's 2 granddaughters heading off to university and they will be getting mini albums with pictures and words of encouragement. How amazing is that? So yes, definitely. I think that it's endless. It's limitless. Do not get locked into anything that I've shown you. I didn't dress the inside of this one for 2 reasons. One was because I wanted to be able to give you ideas on just having a blank slate. You make it whatever you make it. Doesn't have to be girly. It can be for a guy. It can be for a boy. It can be for a teenager. It can be for your grandfather. It doesn't matter. Like anything that you can think of, you can do. Father's Day. I'm not sure what they're going to be here in time for Father's Day, but maybe. We'll see. So yeah, you could do a lot with these. So this is from icrafter. They should be here soon. Let me know if you're interested in this. I wanted to quickly show you when I was taking my class, sorry for my arm being in the way. When I was taking my class, where'd those guys go? There. I actually won a prize from icrafter. Linda was so generous and had drawn names. And so this I received yesterday. This is a mini succulent terrarium. So this is an amazing die set. And inside of it, they even include, this is the first time I'm opening it. So they have sticky back paper. Okay, so remember, icrafter is the company that's making these amazing plates that are going to last us a lot longer. So inside of this, you're getting these cute little pieces of die cuts for the inside. If you can see that, I'm going to bring it up a little closer. No, it is a die. It's kind of a kit and kind not of a kit. When you go back, Dana, and watch the first few minutes, you'll be able to see what I mean. It's a die set that helps you to build the basis of the album, and then you can buy add-ons that then you can add flowers and hearts and pockets and envelopes and that kind of thing. Okay, so you'll see that at the beginning. And then the second one that I won is their new Haley outline. So this is an alphabet set, and absolutely love this. It arrived yesterday, and how many of us always are looking for alphabets? So they're a nice size alphabet. I would say that they are probably 1.25 inches. Yep, 1.25 inches. So that's going to be a nice size letter. And now it says here that it coordinates with the Haley stamps, which are sold separately. Okay, so this has not been released. I know that. This one and this one have not been released yet. So we've got some exciting things for icrafter that's coming up. Okay, so I'm just going to take a second and clean my area because we are going to get dirty now. And when I say dirty, I mean dirty in a good way. Okay, so just give me 1 second so I can get some of my stuff here in screen. Make sure I know where I'm at. I'm using my amazing Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station for this. So this has, if you didn't see my video the other day, these are magnets on this metal board. Has a metal ruler as well, so you can line everything up. It's going to secure my stencils. You're going to see all kinds of goodness happening. So we're going to be using the metallic gilding polish, and the colors I'm going to use today is the citrus green. This is like a chartreuse. Oh, it's absolutely stunning. We are also going to use powder blue, which is my #1 seller, and I can't even guarantee you that I have any left. I might have taken the last bottle. The next color we're going to use is called Indian Pink. The board is awesome. I've been using it since yesterday. I love it. I love it. So this is Indian Pink, and this blue one is called Mediterranean Blue. Okay, so for those of you that did not see the me talking about it, or Kathy, I can't remember which one of us was talking about this. This bottle, when you open it, inside is the gilding polish, and this is a consistency between butter and pudding, if that makes any sense. Okay. So you're thinking, well, how am I going to apply it? I'm going to have a million different daubers, different brushes, that kind of thing. Nope. All you do is you leave it open, you put the lid down, and you just bend the top piece, and out comes the sponge that is included with each bottle. So each bottle has its own sponge. Now you can also do it where the bottle and the lid are together, and you just take it off. Okay, now they do recommend that you wash these after each use. I obviously didn't because I was late last night and I forgot. Keep your dauber stored inside so that it keeps it moist, and it is like foam, so you want to try to take care of it. Don't be super rough with it. Don't go over sharp surfaces. And by saying that, paper is sharp, so you gotta kind of be careful around the edges. I did not wash my sponges first. I didn't even think of it, to be quite honest, Sue. So no, I didn't personally, and I didn't seem to have a problem with it. So the awesome thing well, there's a lot of awesome things about this. So the one thing that I really wanted to focus on was how many of us are always looking for a pearlescent paper. We can never find it, or it's never the color we want. So you can make your own. Now I'm going to try to bring this up to the camera and see if you can see the sheen that is on here. It is absolutely shiny, beautiful. Okay, can you see? Look at that. Oh, look. That is just so beautiful. Now, when you apply this product, you want to go with a light hand. Once it's dry, and when it dries, it kind of has a chalk finish. So you can go back and add more color. I noticed in here there's a couple spots I might have missed. Don't worry about it. You can go back and add more color to it. It dries flat. I was quite impressed with it. It went on, like I said, just like spreading pudding. It was so nice to work with. So I was testing a bunch of things. Now, you know me, I'm not just going to show you the perfect stuff. I'm going to show you the stuff that didn't turn out as well as I wanted it to, and show you the good stuff. So I was playing with cold foiling, which is this side, and I wasn't happy with the way that it turned out because I thought my embossing folder wasn't a 3D one and it wasn't thick enough. I was just about ready to throw this piece in the garbage, and I thought, hey, I wonder if I could put the gilding polish over the embossing raised image, and this is what happened, and I absolutely flippin' love it. So this is just a regular embossing folder, not 3D, okay? So I have a bunch of things that we're going to play with today, but I wanted to show you, this was just a piece of cardstock that I had tested a birch die with, or a embossing folder, and I just ran some of the green over it just to see what it was going to be like, because you just want to kind of test it first and see for sure if, you know, get the feel of the product and that kind of thing. And then this one I went a little heavier because my embossed area there was a lot more raised than, say, this one. So it looks a little heavier, but it still kind of really looks cool. And I think as a tag, maybe not in this color, in a different color, I think that it would be absolutely pretty. And it's so shiny and metallic. Like, it's just stunning. Now, this one started out as a masterpiece, in my opinion, because I just wanted to do the background in the green. And then I thought, well, I'm going to try putting one of Vicky's stencils on it. And because I wasn't familiar with the product, I got a little too much on. So I'm not happy with some of my edges around my stencil. Some of it bled underneath. And so this is why I'm showing you, because it's not perfect. I'm not happy with it, but I learned from it. So you have to have a light hand with this product. Don't go heavy. And I later figured out kind of a way to be able to lose a little bit of the color, so that I didn't, or not the color, the product, so that I didn't have it so heavy. But it's okay, because like I said, I want to show you the ups, downs, everywhere in between. So this one, I had just done the navy stars, and I didn't wait long enough, obviously. And I thought, well, I wonder what it would look like if I added the blue on top. Well, because I didn't wait long enough, it smudged my blue underneath. So am I going to be upset about it? Not really, because you know what? At the end of the day, it's just paper, and I just wanted to try the product and get a feel for it. So I'm okay with it. So have fun. You're not always going to make a masterpiece. It's not going to be perfect the first time you do it, but keep doing it. Keep playing with it. It's mixed media. Who cares? Right? At the end of the day, it's paper. Now, the next thing I did, I had wanted to combine two colors to see what would happen, how they would lay down together. And I absolutely loved it. So I did the green on the right and I did the pink on the left. And then I thought, well, it would be nice to try a stencil on top. So that's what I did. And I used the Tailored Expressions new stencil. Now, I will say that my stencil did look like crap when I was done. Okay. But I took it in the house and I used my Dawn dish soap and it totally took everything off. So this was totally blue. And I was so upset. I thought I ruined it. I could hear Vicky in my head saying, nope, it's all good. Just make sure you wash it off. So I took it in the house and it totally came clean. So not a problem. Just make sure that you do wipe it off as best you can. I actually have a little stencil bath right now so that I can throw my stencils in the water to keep them moist until I'm ready to wash them off. Okay, so we are going to try a few things and I'm going to show you a few things and then we're going to make a little card. I also wanted to let you know that it works on wood and it also works on chipboard. Okay, so we're going to do some demos. I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk to you what I like, what I don't like, that kind of thing. Do I find it easy? Just kind of help you guys feel it out so that when you do purchase it, at least you can take it home, kind of have an idea of what to do before you get started. So what we'll do first, let's just do a background. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to secure on my little station here and let's do a pink. Okay, so again, you can do one of two ways. You can leave it on the bottle and pop it off, or when it's brand new, you just take off the lid, set it down, bend it with both thumbs if you have to, and it comes off. Now the key thing to this, do not just take your dauber and put it inside. You don't do it this way, okay? So what you do is you take a little bit of the dauber, you put it inside and you pull to the edge. And I'm not sure if you can see what is happening when I'm pulling this. It kind of looks like pudding and Jell-O all at the same time. Okay, so I'm sure you're not seeing the texture, but just pull it to the side, wipe off the excess, okay? So you have a nice amount on here. All you then do is just dab off a little bit and then literally just go left to right. Now I probably didn't have enough on there. Okay. Now this literally just spreads like butter. Okay. There's no right or wrong. I've Googled it. Doesn't say if you go back and forth, if you just go one way. I think probably one way is better. My little ruler wasn't strong enough there. Okay, so this is all that you have to do. So while we're putting the lid back on, it dries pretty quickly. Let's just take a little bit of the blue. Okay, and again, we're just going to take it, bring it to the edge. Okay, I'm just going to move my magnets a little bit. And now I can go in and I can add another color. Okay, and it doesn't matter that they bleed onto one another. I definitely recommend that it be dry when you do this, but you can totally make your own pattern, your own background. You can do whatever makes you happy, okay? Just blend them all in, and it just looks so pretty, right? So a lot of fun. And then what we can do is just use this as a background, okay? So it's just super shiny, as you can see. It is sort of like a wax, but it's not. If I had to say anything, I would say that it's probably more like a paint. It's not a paint, but it's not a wax at all. So if I had to say one or the other, I'm going to say that it's more like a paint.
Is it like a creamy lipstick?
Yeah, but in comparison to a wax, it is not a wax. It is wet. Waxes are dry, if that makes sense. Okay. So now imagine any background that you want in any color. You could make a rainbow. You could go in. You could do all kinds of different things with it. Okay. Do I have another piece of paper towel?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to show you some ideas on embossing. So I've just done some embossing on a few pieces of paper here, okay? So I just want to show you how pretty this is going to look. And again, have a light hand. You don't want to tear your paper. Okay, so this is the green. So when you get started, always tap off a little bit so you don't have a clump. And you're literally, look at that. How beautiful is that? Like, that is stunning. Can you go down it just a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
The
Like,
color is really
how pretty.
nice. So would you also go in circles, Leanne?
I
Or
would
no?
not go in a circle because a circle could crush your embossing edge, as well as in the stamp when you, on a stencil, sorry, when you go in a circle, you're more apt to get the product underneath your stencil. So it's better to go in one
One way only.
go one way, left to right. Or if you're a lefty, go the other way. Okay, so that is the green.
And there's no wax in this product.
There's no wax.
No wax.
Nope. So now I've got a different one. So we're going to have a light hand on this one for sure because there's a lot more background that is showing, a much more raised area. So we want to have a nice light hand going on to this one. Okay, so we're going to pounce off a little bit. Nice and light. Now, I think if you do get some in the background, I don't think it's a bad thing. You could always go in and splatter. You could add some water to this and do some flicking and have little bits in the background in a coordinating color so that it kind of looks like you meant to do that. I just think that this is really going to take us to a different place. And like I said, there's probably 20 odd colors, okay? So you're going to be able to make just about any color scheme that you want, okay? So I'm going to do one. I just got to wash my hands here. And I'm going to clean this off so we don't get it all over. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take a piece and we want to add a stencil. Let's just do this stencil from Tailored Expressions. This is the Pretty Petals stencil. If I can open it. Okay. So we have our piece of paper down. I just have Nina. I like the sheen on Nina. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay down my stencil. I'm going to secure it with my magnets. Now, if you don't have this, just tape would be fine. And we're going to use our light blue on this one. Wait till you see what I'm going to do next on the black. You guys are going to lose your you-know-what. Okay, so we're going to pick some up. Now, because we're on a stencil, you always want to pounce off on a stencil because you don't want to get a lot of it underneath. And you want to have a light hand because you can go back. Okay, so we're just going to do a nice light touch, all one way. Okay, I'm going to pick up a little bit more. Just to get myself started, I want to make sure I don't have a lump of it somewhere. And now I can go back, add a little bit more. And if you wanted to do like an ombre type thing, you could be really light on one side and heavier on the other side and create like an ombre, which would be really cool.
Okay.
So by doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a little darker on this side, just so you can kind of see what I mean. Okay, so again, nice and light, hardly done on this side, a little heavier on this side. Go back in. And again, this is not reinventing the wheel. This is just making something so pretty. Look at that. Like, how beautiful is that? Okay, so hopefully you can really see the shine on there. I'm going to bring it up. Okay, can you guys see the shine? Like, it is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so you can do a lot of different types of stenciling, whatever you have in your arsenal. But what I did was I went really heavy on this side and lighter on this side, and it gives it actually a really cool effect. I do have a gold. Now, I know there's a real gold coming. Kathy actually is looking right now.
Do you have another baby blue?
I think this is the last baby blue,
Okay.
but I do have more coming. It was the #1 seller. So now what we're going to try is we are going to do just another panel. And I'm just going to clean up. I'm one of these people, I cook like this. I craft like this. The minute that I'm done with something, I like to clean up. Make sure my lids are on. I don't like a mess. I'm always afraid that something's going to bleed onto something that I didn't want it on. Because it's just Leanne's luck, you know. So just make sure that your surface is nice and dry. We can lay down our paper. And I think what I'm going to do is I am just going to do, we did pink already. Let's do a green. Okay. So I'm just going to create a nice background on this one. Okay, and if you guys could only see in person how well this goes on and spreads, it is absolutely amazing. Okay. Oops. And it's almost dry already to the touch. So once you apply it, within two minutes probably, it is totally dry. I'm trying not to get it on my magnets. That's why I'm struggling here a little bit, instead of just letting it be on the magnet and not worrying about it, because I can always wipe the magnet down, right? But I don't do a lot of mixed media because it absolutely terrifies me, because I'm that person that has to have everything just so that kind of bugs me. But it's okay. I'm going to live with it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take Vicky's stencil. I'm going to give it a second just to be sure that it's not coming off on my fingers at all. It's dry. Okay. And then we're going to lay the stencil down. Now I'm going to do it in this dark blue just because I want it to be able to be visible to you guys on camera. I probably would not do it myself with this color. Okay, so when you're working with a stencil, less is more. Because like I said, you can go back, make sure you don't have any big lumps of color. And you just want to go light-handed, one direction. Get down in that stencil, but don't be super gobby about it. Okay. And this is one of Vicky's stencils that I absolutely love. Okay. Now this is not going to probably be my best stenciling, but I just want to give you guys the idea. Okay, so when we take it off, like, it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so you guys can play with it and do lots of fun things. It's a great product. I personally can't get enough of this stuff. The other thing, you can use this on chipboard. Okay, so if you have some chipboard, some raw chipboard, and you want to color it because you want it to match or coordinate something that you're working on for a card or a layout, you can definitely add it to the chipboard because it's a porous material. It's going to suck it up. And apart from my fingerprints, now you have a beautiful alphabet that is now metallic. Okay, so just a fun product that you can do a lot of things with. I think that it's going to really super enhance the stuff that we have. Pull out that chipboard that you've had, the stuff that you were thinking, oh man, what am I going to do with that? It's not in anymore. I wish I had a metallic letter. Well, you can have a metallic letter now. And I'm going to show you what it looks like on wood, and then we're going to make our card. Okay. So let me just clean this off because I'm going to do pink, because I have an album that I started, a heartfelt Insta album with my dressmaking career. And I thought, well, I'd use this dress form. And because my album is basically pink, I thought it would be fun to have it in the pink. So all we're going to do is we're again going to pull up and we're just going to brush this on our dress form. Okay, now again, this is foam, so you want to be careful with your foam. You don't want to be too hard. Okay, and it looks a little brown because the chipboard is bleeding through. But if I wait and I put another layer or so on it, I think it will get darker and darker as I build it. Okay. So isn't that pretty? It is Cosmic Shimmer Metallic Gilding Polish. Okay, so I've let it dry for a little bit. I'm going to go back and see. There we go. Look at the second. The second one has really laid some color down. So I've taken a wood piece and it is now pink. And again, if I thought later when it totally dries that some of the wood is showing through, I would come back in and maybe brush it one more time. Okay. Like, it is absolutely stunning. It's nice, right? So when I put this in my album, I will share with you guys. And I'll let you know also if I do decide to put a second or third coat on, just to let you know. It is wood, MDF, so sometimes it needs an extra 2 or 3 layers. Now I could have probably put a bit of gesso on here before, but you know what? I don't have the time to do that. I just want to get the color on. So I'm super happy with this. All right. I'm going to clean my mess up. And again, it comes in easily 20 different colors. So I was thinking yesterday for a Father's Day card, I want medals. Oh, actually, before I do that, I wanted to see, because I was curious last night in my sleep, because that's when I do my best thinking, what it would look like with a grass stencil. So if I wanted to make some grass, what would that look like? So I'm going to secure this, and I'm going to grab my green. Okay. And now I want to see what it's going to look like to make grass. Because often with lawn fawn, they have cute little things where you want grass. And wouldn't it be cute to have metallic grass? And I mean, if I can add metallic to anything, I'm going to. Oops. Oh, I just accidentally nudged my stencil. Just a little bit. Poop. Okay. So there you go. Make sure your stencil is nice and secure before you get started.
Oh, just one package? Okay.
And look at that grass. That's absolutely amazing. I think that is so cool. Okay, so you can definitely make some grass, use your stencils, do all kinds of fun things. Just make sure that it's anchored down really well. Okay, so there we go. So now, like I said, I wanted to make some metals. Well, I didn't want to use 4 or 5 different kinds of colors to do this. But I thought, well, I'm going to use black cardstock, and I think the baby blue will turn to silver. And it did. So I used Tim Holtz's Mechanics embossing folder with black, smooth, 100-pound cardstock. And I used light blue and green to do this. Now you could add a little bit of red if you wanted to add some copper. I didn't want to open a red because again, I knew I was going to be showing the demo and then you guys are going to want the product and I don't want to open them all. Okay. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this and then I'm going to show you how I created a really cute card for Father's Day. And I took a piece of ribbon and it is actually going to look like a bow tie when I'm done. Okay. So I have a piece of black cardstock. I just want to make sure I grab my right pieces. So this one, this, and this. I'm just going to move all my other stuff out of the way so I don't get color everywhere I don't want it. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've just embossed my black piece of paper using the 100-pound cardstock and the Mechanics embossing folder. And I'm going to go in with the blue first. Okay. Now you don't even have to have this down if you don't want. And remember, when you're doing this kind of effect, you're going to want to make sure that you have a light hand because you don't want it to be solid. And by that I mean I was a little too solid right here. Okay, so I would like it to be a little lighter. So this is where you need to play first before you commit to that oh my god card. Make sure that you play a little bit. Be sure how it's going to work, what it feels like, all of that. So pull a little bit here. And Gary, can you go down just a little further? I really want them to see as this all starts to go. So I'm just going to wait till it zooms in just a little bit so I know that you guys are seeing what I'm doing. Okay, so I'll turn it this way just so that it's in screen a little bit more. So I'm going to pounce off. And I'm lightly coming in from the edge, lightly. And I'm just kind of going wherever my hand takes me. Okay? Now you want to make sure that you start off from the edge because this is what I think caused my big boo-boo here. Okay? I just instantly started there. And if you look, you can actually see where the corner of the foam was. Okay? So take a little bit, pounce it off, come from the edge on. Okay, now because I'm going to add another color, I'm not especially going to cover all of this in the silver. I want to leave a little bit for another color, but I mostly want it to be the blue, which I'm referring to as silver because the black cardstock is bringing out the metallic in the blue and making it look silver. Okay. So now I'm going to take my green, and I was kind of going for a patina look. Obviously, if you use the turquoise, could you give me the turquoise, this fourth one on the bottom? Yeah. If you used a turquoise, more like this color, is definitely more of a patina than the green. Okay. But I definitely really like this one. This one's called Ocean Teal, and this possibly, besides the blue, is going to be my favorite color. Okay. So we're going to take the green. We're going to do the same. Nice light hand. Okay. We're going to pounce off. And we're going to come from the edge where there isn't as much silver. And we're just lightly going to come on. And you're almost lifting off the brush, the foam. So I am like, there's more air between me and the cardstock than anything. And just kind of hit and miss. Okay. And remember, this is your second color. So if you are going to add a third color, such as red or a copper, you're going to want to make sure you've left yourself some area to add that color. Now, I personally feel I'd like a little bit more of the quote-unquote silver, which is actually blue. So I'm just going to lightly go back in certain areas and pick a little bit more of it up. So there's not quite so much green. And you can do any color combo that you want. Okay. So I just want to have a little bit, take a little bit more silver. I'm a silver girl. Okay. How cool is that? And I have next to no mess on my table, and you can always add a little bit and just go around the edges if you feel you want to finish that off and give it almost a extra bit of silver along the edge. Really make it pop off your card. Okay, so that is done with the blue and it looks silver. So super cool way to create a metallic finish on a card or a layout. You could do either or. Okay, look at how pretty that is. Yeah, you might need some more of these, I agree. And Judy, I know you love mixed media, and I know you love the metals. So if you want to do something like this, then you're going to want to make sure that you have, even if you get the gold, the silver, and a red. I think a red would be really nice because it's going to give you that copper finish. I do have a copper as well. So I'm just going to clean up my work area. I'm going to clean up my fingers because we're going to make a card and I don't want to have metallic everywhere. And that also gives me a little bit of time. Yes, I think you guys all need some. You can order them now. All you have to do is send us the colors you're looking for, Janet, if you want to private message us, or you can leave it in the comments, whatever you're more comfortable with. I did actually, before we do the card, I can't put this stuff down. I just want to see what this would look like in black with the pink.
Can you show us all the colors? People want to see the colors.
Yeah, if we pull one of everything, we can set it here on the table. Okay. So I'm just, again, I'm going to pounce. Oh, oh, oh my gosh. Oh,
Over there.
Look at him.
Oh,
That's nice.
seriously, Kathy, look at this.
Oh my gosh, that's so pretty.
Hello, I am going to be playing with this for the rest of my life. I'll see you guys in the next millennial because, oh my goodness.
Wow.
This is magic. Magic. Magic is happening on black cardstock. Oh, so pretty. Look. Oh, I absolutely love this. So this is what I'm going to be doing for the next few days, is just playing. Now, see, I was a little heavy there because I forgot to pounce off. So remember, pounce off, ladies, and then have a light hand. Look at that. Look at the difference. So if you're okay with this kind of heavy, that's great. I'm not. I like this side because I want to be able to have a nice light touch. So this is where I forgot to pounce off, and this is where I remembered to pounce off. Okay? So it's absolutely amazing. Have a light hand. And don't just start on here like I did. Come from the side and come in. And light where it's barely even touching the raised area. It looks like velvet. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So we're going to put this in here. Look at this. Oh my. This is just so pretty. Like, I'm going to make a card out of this. I will. I'm going to keep these little background area things that I've made and make some cards. So make sure that you leave a comment, because if I get going and I'm loving this enough, there might be more than one card given away. Okay, so you have to like the video, comment, and you'll be entered in for the draw. I'm going to move this right off of here. Okay, so for my pieces that I embossed, I used this Spellbinders embossing folder. That is this one. Okay, actually I lied to you. It is this one. And I do have this one in stock. Would you use a baby wipe or water to take off some of the heavy? Oh. Well, I happen to have a baby wipe. So can I have that thing back? Let's try it, Sue. This is how we trial and error. Let's figure this out. So if I go in with a baby wipe, it is taking it off. I'm not sure I like the look of it though. It looks like I have wet black cardstock. So I think it's better to practice having a light touch than to go in and remove. It did come off. It's not bad now that it's starting to dry, but compared to this side, So this is a side I did well. This is a side I rubbed off. I'm not sure I like the black down here. Kind of looks like I wiped it off. So it's, you know, it's this or that. It's one of those things that depends on what you're doing. If you were doing a lot of layers on top and you didn't see that, then I don't think it would matter. Now, excuse me, this embossing folder was this one. Okay, so that's this one here, the Ultimate Crafts Antiquity. So I do have a few of those left. This one was an old Sizzix from my own personal stash that I don't even know. Don't know when I got it. It's probably not around anymore. So this one I can't sell you. So I can't help you out with that one. So this is our piece here. And what we're going to do is I have created a card. So we're going to take our piece and we're going to make sure that it's trimmed down to fit an A2. I wanted to make sure that I did it after in case I didn't like an area and I might have wanted to cut it. So we're going to trim this down to 4, which it is, and we're going to trim it down to 4 1/4. So I'm going to have to trim off a little bit. Okay, Now, I'm not going to worry about going, yes I am. I was going to say I'm not going to worry about going back and putting that silver on there again, the blue, but I am, because I'm not going to be happy with it. Okay. So we have our A2 card base. Okay. Yes, they are 3D folders. I think the 3D folders are better for this process. Having said that, this one is not a 3D embossing folder, and I absolutely love it. Now, yes, I did get a little bit more pink on the background than I probably would have wanted, but if I had something on top of it, you might not see that. So I wouldn't say, you know, don't use any embossing folder that you have. I think the 3D is better, but yet this still works. So it's kind of a personal thing. Excuse me. I'm going to take a sip here so I'm not coughing. Okay, A2 card. We've cut our panel just a little bit smaller. Okay. So what I've done is I have pre-stamped a Father's Day sentiment so that this actually is going to be a Father's Day sentiment. And I'm going to take some of my blue, just what I have on my foam now, and just do my edges so that this kind of ties in with everything else that we've done, but without it being too metallic. And I did not emboss this side, okay, because it's going to be covered with a piece of ribbon and the sentiment. Okay, so we still have it nice and metallic. Don't go out. I want them to be able to see everything, okay? Yeah, no, go back in.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I don't want to make you nauseous, but I want it to be close where you guys can see. Again, this is that thing where we're trying to work out and making it better. Now, this sentiment was from Heartfelt Creations. Thank you, Sentiment. I do not have it in stock right now, but it was the only stamp that I personally owned that had a Happy Father's Day. So that's why I did that, okay? Now, you could easily put some silver on here if you want, which we can, just to kind of see what it, now it's going to look a little bit more blue, but it definitely adds a little bit of color to our tag. And all I did was I just stamped the image and I cut it out in a square, and then I just notched the corners, the top left and right corner with my stub and scallop corner punch. Okay, so if you've not seen this, I'll do it on the blue. So this is the scallop or the stub, and it just makes a concave corner. Okay, so this is my favorite corner on anything, and you'll see it in all of my books, all of my stuff. I love it. So that's all I used was this. Now I think the only thing I didn't grab myself was some foam tape. Actually, okay. Alrighty. So all I'm going to do, I took a piece of black ribbon and I literally just tied a knot in it. Okay. So what I want to do is I really wanted it to look like a bow tie. So with what I would call the bad side, which is the two curled edges, I want them up. And because I want it to be just at the end, I'm going to figure out where my sentiment goes, and I may have to pull it. Can you open the door, Gary? It's very dark in here, and I'm working on black. I sure can. So it is the Crocodile Chomper, okay? And they come in many different styles. This is the one I use. This is stub and scallop. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. So I'm going to just position my ribbon, and I'm just going to curl it over the one edge, okay? And I'm just going to take a little piece of score tape and secure this, okay? And I'm just using scraps. So my barcode's on the underside. I don't care. Okay. Now, you just kind of have to fudge a little bit with where you want your edge to look like. My whole idea was that I wanted it to look like a bow tie. You're casting a shadow. Sorry, when you lean across. Okay, so we're just going to secure this like this. Okay, and then we're going to take the other side and we're just going to secure this piece. Just like so. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pop dot. I'm going to show all the colors of the glaze, the polishing glaze, gilding polish, sorry. As soon as I'm done making this card, I'm going to show you all the colors that I have, and there's 3 or 4 other colors coming. Now I'm just going to pop dot this so that it's just to the edge. Okay, so it kind of looks like there's a little bit of a bow tie. And now what I'm going to do is because we're using an embossed image, it's always easier and more secure, I find personally, if you use pop dots. They just seem to stick better. If you use wet glue, I just find that it moves more. I don't always feel like I'm getting good adhesion. So I'm just gonna probably put way too many on here. Remember to squeeze your pop dots, and it makes it easy for the back to come off. Okay, you don't have to fuss with them. You just have to fuss with getting them off your finger. Okay, and now I'm just going to find, I never go in the center. I'm just not that person. Okay, I don't always like to have things in the center. I always like to go just a little below center. Okay. So these are Cosmic Shimmer Metallic Gilding Polish. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to place this down, make sure it's nice and straight. Okay. And again, we're going to use some pop dots on the back. It's going to cost me a fortune to mail this to whoever wins this, but you guys are worth it.
You could give it to me and then there's no postage involved.
Yeah, and then you take it home. Yeah. Oh, that's a good way to do that.
Thank you.
And then you have a ready-made Father's Day card.
Thank you.
I'm tracking.
All right. So now I'm going to go back to my trusty little way of adhering my main piece. I like to put a little bit of Dry's Clear on my pop dot. This gives me time to move things. If it's not straight, I have that time, that wiggle room, as I call it, to get it off if it's not where it should be. Okay. So we're going to get this on here. Okay. So now we have a nice Father's Day card that I'm going to gift to one of you lovely ladies. And you can pass this on to your loved one, your husband, your son, whomever. Okay. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a super nice way to get a metallic finish. We do have this embossing folder in. It is a 3D Mechanics from Tim Holtz. Okay. So I'm going to give you a little walk through of the colors that we have. Okay. So we have chocolate bronze. Let me know if everyone can see this. I think maybe if I put white under it, it might show better. Just waiting to see what it looks like on the other camera. I don't really think it matters. Okay, so this is chocolate bronze. We have Blossom. So this is a very pale pink, super pale pink, almost a blush color, but it is definitely pink. We have Silver Dream. So this is your silver. We have Red Bronze. So this one would be great to add the copper look to this card if we were going to do that. So this is copper, or sorry, this is the Red Bronze. Then we have the Indian Pink, which is the one I was using already. We have Apricot, which is a really pretty goldy coral color. So this is a really pretty one. We have Graphite. So this is going to be that dark gray, almost black. So if you had a white card base, you could definitely do this in reverse by adding in your graphite if you don't have any black cardstock. So that would be really cool. The next color we have is Enchanted Gold. So this is gold, but it almost has
Like an
iridescent.
icy-
It's almost iridescent. When you move this, I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera. When you move this, you can see almost like a purpley ivory tinge. So think bridal wedding gown, iridescent. The next one is Ocean Teal, which I think is amazing. I definitely will be adding one of these to my arsenal because I love it. Then we have Copper Shine. So this is a much lighter copper than the Red Bronze. So very, very nice. This is Copper Shine. We have Heather. So of course, if you're into the purples, this is absolutely beautiful. It's a very pale purple. Really like this one a lot. We have Rich Red. So this is almost my favorite toenail color. Oversharing a little bit, but I have a color almost exactly like this. So it is called Rich Red. Then we have Purple Paradise. So this is going to be your much more deeper purple than the light one, which is kind of like a lilac-y color. Okay. Then we have the Citrus Green, which is the one I was using. Then we have Mint. So the mint gilding is very close to the light blue. Where's my light blue? But much more green. Obviously, it's mint. So absolutely love this one. I don't even think I saw this one. I might have used it because I think it would make a nice patina as well. So those are the colors that we have right now. And I think there's 3 or 4 other colors that are coming. So this is your introduction to metallic gilding polish if you've not used it. I've had a lot of fun with it. I think that you can use it in many, many different ways, whether you're making a pearlized piece of paper, whether you're doing embossing and you want to decorate your embossing. It's just endless. And then, of course, as always, here's our little S that I did earlier, now that it is totally dry. So this is so pretty. So any chipboard that you have, it's just raw chipboard. And then we did the wood. Okay, so this is like, oh my gosh, this is just so pretty. And it's all dry. It's totally dry now. Okay, so this is so nice. So now that this piece is dried, Sue, I do not think I would ever want to wipe it off with a wet one, in my opinion. But now we know, right? So that's how you find stuff out. So the other thing that I wanted to do, I forgot to mention this when we were doing this Father's Day card, because the heartfelt card that I used is out of stock. I wanted to remind everyone that I have this Colorado Craft Company Father's Day stamp set. This stamp set is absolutely stunning. Okay, so this is the mechanic underneath the truck, the old truck with the hood up. There's a little boy standing on a ladder, excuse me, on a step stool while Dad's underneath. And it just has a lot of amazing sentiments. So if you're interested in this stamp, do let us know. We have quite a few of them. All right, there we go. So you ladies have a wonderful rest of your day. Let me know if there's any polishes that you want. I will go through the comments as well as Kathy is right now, and we will get back to you with any answers that we can. And we look forward to seeing you. And we're soon going to see you. We open on June the 15th. I had said the 14th the other day, but the Tuesday is the 15th because we're closed on Mondays. Okay, so I'm available until 4 p.m. today. If you want to do any curbside pickups, and of course we're open tomorrow as well. So enjoy your day, and good luck to the winner of this beautiful Father's Day card that you already have finished for you. Make sure you comment and like the post, and I will get it in the mail to the winner. Okay, thanks guys, take care.